This again we discussed this morning. Do you need to be a good follower to be a good leader? And the answer was yes. Because unless you know what kind of qualities are desirable in somebody who is leading you, you yourself will not be able to develop those qualities. Leadership ultimately is about making the right decisions at the right time. That is how I see it. And sometimes these decisions have to be made under enormous pressure. People may question, is physical hardship really necessary to develop leadership qualities? And I think the answer is yes. Not because there is virtue in physical suffering itself, in physical hardship itself, but because you have to be trained to develop what has been described as grace under pressure. Even under circumstances when you are under the greatest pressure, you must be able to keep a mind that is cool enough and quiet enough to be able to make the right decisions. The decision of somebody who is in a position of leadership can be crucial for all the followers. It can be a matter of life and death, not just for the one who makes the decision, but all those who are influenced by whatever decision he or she decides to make. So leadership is about the mind. This is why I agree with Philip Mason when he said that it was because of his moral and human qualities that General Slim was a great general. In other words, a great leader of men, a man who inspired confidence and trust. His book was entitled Defeat into Victory, and those who have read it will know that the war in Burma was going very badly when he took over as the head of the 14th Army, but in the end he led it to victory. And that, I think, is what we are trying to achieve in every part of the world, to turn defeat into victory. Defeat comes in many guises. It can come in political guise, in military guise, in economic guise. Defeat is something that we all have to learn to cope with. But we have to learn to turn it into victory without in any way compromising our own integrity. Victory at any price is not what a good leader strives for. Victory with his honor or her honor, as well as the honor of those who have trusted him intact. So leadership for me means service in the sense of always putting one's followers ahead of one, in front of one. They are the ones who really matter, not you yourself, who may be in a position of leadership, but whose worth will be decided only by what he or she manages to achieve for those who have accepted his or her leadership. I do not quite know whether all of you feel the same as I do about the necessary leadership qualities of our world, of which the army is only a part. Military men do not make up the whole world. Armies do not make up the whole world. They are just part of our world. And whether you like it or not, they are an essential part of our world. I myself have a great affection for the army. This has exposed me to much criticism, especially after decades of suffering under military dictatorship. Our people and those who support the movement of democracy are sometimes upset when I say that I have great affection for our army and also great hope for it. But it is right that we should have respect and affection for an institution that is intended to be selfless. Selfless, I believe, is the core word for armies and for leaders. Others before oneself. It's not for oneself that one should lead. That is why we say serve to lead. When General David Richards visited Burma a few months ago, we met him at the legislature, and a question was put to him. Do the British people love their army? And he said yes. And he said very proudly that according to the poll,